Happy birthday, baby. What do you think of your new boat?
I'll tell you when I actually step foot on it. Looks a little small.
The past few months have been a dark time.
Molly, what are you doing in here?
Haley, in our bedroom?
I can explain.
Was she even born when we graduated college?
Actually, she was one.
Oh!
Molly?
I want a divorce.
The fame in a life that's right.
You never think stuff like this is gonna happen to you.
But I'm much better now.
Hello?
Molly Novak. I'm the executive director of your foundation.
Wait, what?
I was wondering if you wouldn't mind coming into the office tomorrow.
I have an office?
No.
Molly, come in here, girl.
We're not used to meeting celebrities.
I'm not a celebrity.
Yes, you are. You're like the most famous cheated on woman on the planet.
Hi there!
Let's be honest, you only showed up today because you got divorced.
I never did the work to find out who I am. It's really, really scary.
I'm sorry, I don't really care about any of that.
Wow, when I said that to Oprah, she gave me one of the biggest hugs.
What do you think about Molly's foundation?
It's a bit more complicated than organizing a cocktail party.
I need to prove I have substance.
Nice to meet you.
Meet you, Nakia.
So, for both of you guys, whoever wants to go first, there are plenty of underserved communities in LA. What do you feel, or what would you like to personally see done to make a change?
If I could start, just at a local level, there's just a couple of places that I enjoy working with in my off time. Like this place called School on Wheels, when they help at-risk and homeless children, basically finding education options, find after-school programs, a safe place to be where they can to learn that, like, your circumstances can be temporary, and just because you're broke or don't have access to funds at a certain time does not mean that you are necessarily poor and poor in spirit or poor in education, that you can find a way out of that. And I just think right now we're at a time where there is so many people looking out for taking care of themselves, for hoarding things, for protecting themselves, and rightfully so with the pandemic. But I think in order just for people to remember that in the best of times, people are at need, and then when there's worse situations and things that happen, those are the people we need to continue to turn to and to continue to look out for. So just more continued empathy and continue local work. If there's places in your hometown food kitchens that you can donate, just to never think that the problem is so big, because it can seem overwhelming and that you can't do anything, but just being involved in things, just like sometimes just showing up at this place and showing these kids that, like, hey, I also didn't come from great circumstances, and I used education, and I used my natural talents, and I used my skills, and I used my determination to get out of those situations. And that is something that is free to share with people. And I think that if we can just remember that, that would be helpful to me.
Wow. Well said, Ron. I feel like nervous to follow that answer. No, I would echo all of what Ron said. I think doing, even a little bit is better than doing nothing. So for people to be more proactive, I recently went to my daughter's school and they had this sort of passion project. And one of the kids that I was talking to said he went out to all the, homeless shelters and the people lining the streets, and he just made a piece of paper with all the resources that were close to them, like on a map, and just said, like, these are all the things that are very close to you if you need them. And he said the response was like phenomenal. He said all the people that were living on the streets were like, this is so helpful. I don't know where to go for certain things. And and this was like a, 8th grade kid that was making a difference. And it was just a nice reminder to, that the little things like that can go a long way, I think, in our communities.
Right. Well, I believe both of you have, great points and shared some great resources. So being what people would consider, the 1%, do you guys feel that it is an obligation once you get to a certain stature to give back and help people?
Well, personally, I believe it's my obligation to give back at whatever position I'm in. And it's just the more resources I have, the more I'm able to give back. And one of my favorite things in the world is being able to link up with corporations or have access to people with more money than me so I can spend their money. That's what I usually prefer.
Right.
But yes, but the short answer to your question is yes.
Yes, I agree. I mean, I don't think you necessarily need to be 1%, in the 1% to make a difference and be a positive change maker and role model for people out there. So certainly, maybe there's more onus on people that have a lot of money to give back.
Right.
But that doesn't necessarily mean if it shouldn't discourage people that don't have money to do. It's like I said, I feel like every little thing helps.
Well, I appreciate your time so much. I hope you guys both have a blessed day.
You too.
Thank
It's
you.
a
You too.
pleasure.